Now, y'all remember when I told y'all to pay attention to nature? Let me show y'all what was in front of my door yesterday when I left my house. Do y'all see this? I feel like it's a butterfly or a moth. I don't know. I'm about to look it up. Okay, so like I said in that video, I was a bit confused because I didn't know whether it was a moth or a butterfly, so of course I went and looked it up. When I looked it up, it's called a polyphemus moth, and what it's most known for is that big eye-looking figure on its wing. And the first thing I thought of is vision, and I'm not talking about with these two eyes, I'm talking about that first vision. I'm talking about seeing things beyond the veil. Also paying attention to what's behind in plain sight. Speaking of which, this moth wasn't just randomly somewhere in my yard. Remember I told y'all it was at my front door? A doorway is a what? Threshold. Me seeing this moth at my threshold, aka my door, it just signals transition to me. Like the space between where I've been and where I'm getting ready to go. I want y'all to think about the moth or even the butterfly's journey, right? It starts off one way, goes into darkness, completely breaks down, and then emerges as something new. And I thought about it even more because a lot of people only talk about transformation when it looks pretty. A lot of transformation actually happens in the dark. See, what that means is some versions of you gotta be built in spaces where nobody could watch. You ain't got nobody to clap, where they might not understand what you going through. Honestly, a lot of times you don't even know who you becoming yet. I'm gonna take it a little bit further. What actually stood out about this moth was the eye on the wing, like I mentioned before. But as I kept digging, I realized this is not an eye. This is protection for the moth. Makes certain predators stop or think twice. Come on, protection through perception. I see you. Protection actually look like it's having certain guards and parameters in place so that these certain energies can't reach you at all. Then there's the fact that moths are supposedly nocturnal, but this one was seeking the light. Let me go on and set the reminder that yes, even though we are spiritual beings, not everything you see is equated to something that means something to you. However, when you trust yourself, you trust that your spirit is nudging you to show you certain things for a reason. Especially when you've been asking spirit for clarity on certain things. For me, what this meant when I put it all together was I got the moth that represents transformation or transition. You got the what looks like an eye on the wing, which represents vision or discernment. AKA this moth had protection built into its appearance. And it was sitting directly at my door, aka the threshold, aka the space that represents me crossing into something new. Better believe I'm paying attention because it's not always just about what showed up. It's also about where it showed up, how it showed up, also what's happening in your life at the time that it showed up. Yes, me seeing the moth, of course, was a personal message for me. But I think the overall message the collective can take away from this is sometimes you're not just changing right now. A lot of times you're standing in a doorway of what that new version of your life is going to look like. But before you could do that, you got to stop and pay attention. Keep your eyes open. I'm not just talking about them physical ones. I'll get in them comments and let me know your thoughts. Peace, love, and light, and gratitude for watching.